Transit TV, welcome back again, guys. How you doing? How is work? How is business? How are you doing? Again, we are back to the studio. You know, when Andrea Berta arrived at Arsenal, when that deal was announced, a lot of people, even the slightest of the naysayers or unbelievers of Arsenal, thought that Arsenal was finally ready to take the big step in signing big players and making things happen in the transfer market. Not just big players, but identifying talents and probably moving faster in the transfer market. News of Šeško, Gyokeres, Zubimendi, Partey, Nico Williams, name them. These names were flying around once the season ended, and everybody thought that some of these deals will be concluded as quickly as possible. But again, the panic around Arsenal has come back. The fans are asking questions. A lot of suspense surrounding transfers with regards to Arsenal. And yeah, in this video, we're trying to look at this panic, find out what is really happening behind the scenes stories around them. And of course, I'm going to give you some privileged information on how this transfer is going to be for Arsenal. First of all, every Champions League qualified team in EPL kind of has done business. Chelsea has signed the lap. Liverpool are moving mad in the transfer market. Manchester City, of course, have set the tone before the Club World Cup. Newcastle did something. Almost every team that's qualified for Champions League are just moving. I've done a little bit in the small window that FIFA opened, that closed back, that's going to be reopened in July. And the question now with all Arsenal fans is what's happening. Zubimendi, we are told, was concluded. Šeško, we are told Arsenal would have done this deal since last summer and then January. How come they couldn't just in 2 weeks round it up and sign this guy and bring him on the date? And these are all valid questions. Zubimendi is done. Why hasn't he signed? Thomas Partey, regardless of his injury history, last season was the most steady season for him in Arsenal. One would have thought that they have concluded that deal. Of course, the only thing that has happened is what is named Jorginho leaving for Flamengo. And is like I said, a lot of people just thought one season ends, Šeško, boom, joins Arsenal. And that's what everybody would have wished, settle that and move on to the next one. But let's try to make sense of it. Let me give you a little bit of privileged information and let's make sense of it and see, let me know what you think in the comment section. Are these valid, or do you think this is going to work against Arsenal at the end of the day? Is it going to be another summer wasted by Arsenal? First of all, you ask yourself, how many players does Arsenal really need to add into this squad if they keep their players? I don't think Arsenal should sign more than 3 or 4 players this season. So if you understand that, then you begin to narrow it down to, okay, what deals are possible and what is needed. So first of all, Arsenal doesn't need too many players, except a few more players leave. For me, a midfielder, either creative or to replace Jorginho, a left wing player and a striker probably could do it. Maybe if they find something in the defensive side, depending on what happens with Kivio, then you show up that area as well. Don't forget Tomiyasu with his injury could be fit all season next season. So that's that. Then there's this talk, but let me say it's a fact about financial year. My understanding, this is where the privileged information now comes in. Arsenal concluded a Zubimendi deal, but Sociedad doesn't want it to be done because the financial year in Europe, in Arsenal, not Arsenal, in EPL, the transfer and the financial year starts in June. But that's not all that matters in Europe. The other European countries, they are starting in July. So that has said, okay, deal is done. That's why Ben Jacobs, David Austin tells you Arsenal considers that deal as it's been done, but Sociedad doesn't want it to reflect in their year that is just passing. So they want it to reflect in the next year. That's why that deal has not been signed. And a few other clubs in Europe have the same issues. It's in July that things are going to start happening. The second thing is the way Andrea Berta tries to function. I know there's news out there he prefers Gyökeres that wants Šeško. Those are facts. But the thing too is the way this man works and the way he has managed to get results in Atletico Madrid or other places he has worked with. He doesn't just go after one player. He brings down his targets, goes to strike deal with these players, gets the financial figures, put them on the table, whatever the deliverables are going to be, and then make a choice between him and the board and the coach who to go to. And if you have 2 or 3 players, like in the case of Šeško and Gyökeres now, they are almost the same kind of players. So anyone that Arsenal sign, I don't think any of them is going to be bad. So it's not a matter of the numbers. In terms of resale value, what they're going to deliver now, what it's going to cost to bring this player in, and stuff like that. So these are the things that are going to happen. And like I said, Europe, these clubs are not moving far. They don't want to do deals now to affect their passing year. They want it to be in the new year. So these are the things that are delaying these deals. It's not like Arsenal doesn't want to sign. They have their men. They have had personal terms agreed with these players. It's just, like I always say, transfer happens between 3 parties: the player, the selling club, and the buying club. And if you also want to be objective, Arsenal have done some internal deals. MLS just signed long-term contract. Of course, Italy is going to join. Because Saka we hear is not a problem, going to sign in a matter of weeks. Gabriel Magalhaes has signed. We're expecting Saliba as well to join suit very soon. We hear Leandro Trossard doesn't want to leave. He wants to be in Arsenal. The only internal deal now that is hanging in the balance so far is Thomas Partey, which is understandable. Arsenal have made one of the mistakes that they usually make, which is allow players be at the last year of their contract. Maybe because of Thomas Partey's injury history, they were not in a hurry to get that deal. Now Partey has the upper hand in that deal. He wants a better pay. Other clubs are offering stuff based on what he did last season. But I still feel that Arsenal will get that deal done. So let me know what you think. Do you feel comfortable as an Arsenal fan, or even as a rival fan? Do you think Arsenal are going to get this summer right, or is it going to be the same story as we always hear? Let me know what you think in the comment section, and I will see you again tomorrow. We talk Chelsea. Stay on this channel. Tomorrow will be Chelsea. We're talking about Chelsea and the transfer window. What Chelsea needs to do going into next season to consolidate what they have achieved this season. See you. Ciao.